Melissa Renee Williams, better known as Renee. I'm a survivor. I just finished first bout of chemo, breast cancer survivor, and I stopped.
And you're stylist.
Yes, I stopped on my way to cancer.
Aww.
No, real talk. That shit is for real. Yeah. Every treatment, I got dressed. Wow. I got dressed. Like, my homegirl came with me, and she came in, like, sweats and shit. She sees me, like, doing, when I still had eyelashes. Mm-hmm. I'm putting my makeup, I'm in a dress, and she was like, I thought we was going to chemo today. I thought we was, I was like, this is my chemo look.
Yeah.
You know, so it got me through. It really did.
So how was it?
Chemo sucks.
Okay.
Shit. It is as sucky as it looks. But no, in all honesty, I always say for some reason God took favor on me. Real talk. And like I would tell my parents, would be like, oh, such and such said they prayed for you. And I'm like, tell them. Their prayers went from their mouths to God's ears to my veins. Like, port, all of that. Do I look like, you know what I'm saying? I gained 20 pounds. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Cookies. I like cookies and steroids. Yeah, that's why I gotta get on the bike. I'd be like, but yeah, it was could have been worse.
During the time of chemo, what is something you learned or you noticed?
A lot. I saw a lot of myself, the good and the bad, and a lot of the good. And I think it's vain if you kind of stroke your own goodness, but at a time when you're losing so much, you kind of need you. You know, you have to be like, I am pretty dope. I do have some amazing kneecaps, you know? Like, my head is really circular. Because I really did think I had a misshapen thing in the back. So when the hair was coming off, I was like, oh shit, what's this going to be? Like, I'm cute with hair, but without, like, the move. Yeah. And I used to I always had big hair. Mm-hmm. So it was always like a mask or something. And it was whether I'd be cute enough to stand alone. Oh shit, I said that out loud. But yeah. And then, when you start losing all your physical attributes, like when the eyebrows and eyelashes, it's kind of like, oh shit. It's real. And then you that's not what made you pretty. Like, that's not my corny jokes is my bad dancing, my horrific singing, my disgraceful twerking for a black woman. It's really bad. I'm a gymnast. I should be able to shake my ass. No, seriously.
What are the things you feel like you changed your mind on?
That I will?
That you changed your mind on. Like, say you thought one way, and now through this process you think another way. I feel like we all change our mind when we go through something.
What did I change my mind on? I find myself more interested in people's why. Because if you're in my circle and I deal with you and we rock, I would just naturally assume you don't have ill will. So if you do something to agitate or irritate me, where's it coming from? Are you trying to, I don't think you're trying to mess with me. Or are you trying to be funny? Or are you trying to be slick? Because what you're doing, I find myself having to explain this oftentimes because my partner agitates me constantly. I'm going through cancer during Corona. It sucks. My mom agitates me all the time. Like, the people, my community, my circle, my family. So it's like, well, why are you doing this? Like, if you notice that it's consistently pissing me off, I know that you can do whatever you want to do. But if you love me, and you care about my energy, why would you knowingly do something? So it's and it makes me look at the why do I do the things that I do? Like, am I trying to piss somebody off? Am I being an asshole because yeah. That's why everybody in my circle's asshole, birds of a feather, not say that you are.
Did this process show you that you was never alone?
Oh yeah. God is so good, and I'm so stubborn, and even through this process of just saying like so for yesterday I went to go get scans.
You in the fan with the mic? But
oh, I'm sorry.
Go
I'm
ahead.
in the fan with these hot flashes. I forget. Told you shit's real. Lord have mercy.
Okay.
What was the question again? Oh yeah, so I had to go get scans yesterday, and there's this thing that I follow the community on Instagram just so I can find people who are, because we can't go to support groups because Corona, and that's another thing. Like the support groups, women don't look like me, and that's why I found it necessary to have a community that looks like you. That's how I found the girls dancing. I started finding like hashtags Black girls with cancer. Ooh, so just like the anxiety of getting scans, and then when I get there, they have to give me an injection to something to get my bones to glow, and I wasn't prepared for an injection because I have a routine of things that I do so that my veins can be strong. Because if I don't have a good vein, then they gotta be poking me all the time, and I don't do well with needles, and I was unprepared. And I have like a ball that I squeeze, and I have like things that I eat. I do push-ups, like I need to, because I can only use this arm. I can't use my right arm. So, and this vein gets stuck a lot. It gets stuck. So when she pulled out the needle, I'm like, oh shit, I'm not ready. Like I didn't. And so she wraps me up, and I pull. For some reason, I had a glove in my purse. It's not cold. Nonetheless, I pull it out, and I just start squeezing the shit out of this thing, trying to get and she was like, oh, that one? And I was like, yeah, that one right there. Like that one you see it pumping? That shit, man. Like, yo, actually hold me down. So, I don't know why I answered that there. Yeah.
That's it? That's the story?
That's the story.
Wow.
I don't even know.
How were you able to be strong for other people? Because you were strong for me when you told me. That really stuck out to me.
By the time I got to tell you, I had gotten I had a script of how I was saying. Okay. It took me a while to say the words. At first I didn't know if I was going to say I've been diagnosed, because I'm not going to take ownership to say this doesn't have me. No, I got it. It still doesn't have me, but there still are cancerous cells in my body. I think it's like my mom always says that my strength determines hers. Or so when she calls and it's not good, then she's not good, because you think my mother's 75. She's in South Carolina. Like I'm her baby. I don't care how old I get, I'm still her baby, and I'm her favorite child.